I think one of the best stories, if I've got time to tell you, I actually think I told it at Rayleigh several years ago, was about a little boy called Zeka, who, when they were little, they were not allowed off the base to the beach on their own. It had been raining heavily for several days, and this was probably the first day when it was fine, and he decided he'd go off where he's not, like little boys do. So, unfortunately, where he was playing, there's been a whole bank of water banked up or something, and so it broke loose and washed him away. And so he should have drowned. It was like not a sewage pipe, but like a big drainage pipe that was just washing him out to sea. And he later, when he was not so traumatized, was able to describe very clearly being sucked under the water, being unable to get to this. This is like strong, powerful water, and he was a little squirt of a kid. He was not strong and didn't know how to swim, as many of our children don't. And just very eloquently and clearly spoke of a man's hand reaching into the water and pulling him out. And as he was resting at the side of the bank, he was, that there's no one there. The other side of the story is whilst all that's happening is, his friends who were also there but had gone to base for help. There's a football game going on. So there's a lot of time that's passed. This isn't just a couple of minutes and someone comes along. It was a good 20 to 30 minutes before even someone got close by. And anyway, it's quite, but again, it's just, he shouldn't be alive either. And I think there's just so many times like that just God's intervened. Yeah. When we've needed him to, in quite drastic ways. But yeah, I could talk to you for hours. It's just non-stop. I mean, my house alone is a miracle in itself, how God provides. Just he kind of put the blueprint in my head, and how then God did that in front of me. I mean, yes, I say in front of me over a period of 5 years, but just one thing after another. If I think also about certain specific timings as financial provision, it's insane, some of the things that have happened. But yeah, I don't know. those are the
do you think it's different because of the, as you say, there's no emergency services out there? Are miracles different because they are more necessary? I mean, we have the hospitals, we have, well, as you say, CAT scanners, that kind of thing. Do you think it's more, there were more miracles there because of the need and the fact there is nothing else to take their place of that miracle? Like, there's no NHS.
Yeah, interesting choice of word, necessary. I think because, yeah, I could talk forever, but I just think our cultures are so different. We've actually made ourselves capable of not needing miracles, but at the same time, I think our own healthcare and what we do have, because of where I live in Mozambique, I think that alone is a miracle, that someone can come to your house, have all the machinery right there, and with they can treat you right. That, to me, that is like absolutely a miracle of technology and the things that we can. So you can look at it in that way. But yes, I think like so many things, that the simplicity of society, people aren't even, it's not even on their radar to think, oh, well, I need to cut it. So I think people are naturally, anyway, very aware of God outside themselves. It's a very natural thing for them to want to call on God. And I think maybe that's what we've lost in this culture to a certain extent, that we look to our own capabilities or what else is available before calling on the Lord. And I just think how much more might happen here if we did that first.